Hey guys, welcome to another session of Epic 7. We're going to be talking about the newest videos released from the Korean stream today. Now, when I post this video, probably today or maybe tomorrow, we're going to get some more data in terms of the data mine, but in terms of specialty change RAS or Reventure RAS, we have all the information I think we need right here. This morning, I was amazed that one of the top players, I won't name him, but he probably knows, he showed his RAS, and that rat had insane speed. Like, I'll say the speed. The rest of the stats were amazing as well, but again, he's top player. 250 speed RAS. That's before specialty change, so he gets 6 more speed. So that guy is gonna be crazy. If his SC RAS has the specialty change plus 90 gears, it's gonna be really good. I really do think that Adventure RAS is going to be good even before we dive into the skills and why I think he's gonna be good. At the moment, what we're seeing, I think, in real-time arena and in world arena is we're kind of feeling out like which heroes have the most significance in terms of just in PvP in general. In terms of specialty change heroes, we've had, like, in the past, Helga, specialty change Wanda. Those ones were like one of the I would say the newest ones. Their effects weren't as strong as I would say Adventure RAS here, mainly because of the tankiness or lack thereof. Tankiness for specialty change heroes is very, very vital. And I think for Adventure RAS, he's got the tankiness, and he's got an entirely crazy new skill set added to his current one, of course, which will make him good. Anyways, let's discuss this. So Purifying Flame is his specialty change skill. It's his S3 that gets the special change. He becomes a defense buffer for 2 turns. So very nice. We have I would say Crow is primarily one of the best ice defense buffers right now, and Alencia for the green side. I think Adventure RAS can very well much be the best fire defense buffer AoE in terms of like his entire skill set with what he packs. So I think if you need a defense buffer, he's already good for that, and he's a knight, so access to knight artifacts like Adamant Shield and Aureus for damage mitigation on top of the defense buff, that's going to be very, very good. We'll talk about some other artifacts that he could possibly use as well. But the amount of damage, he recovers health based on the amount of damage he does, proportional to his max health, it damages. Based on the data mine, his mods aren't that high. It's very low for his S1 and S3. His S2 is actually decent, but we'll talk about that in a sec. I think that RAS, I mean, people could try to build him as a bruiser, and he's got free skill enhancement, so like, why not? But I think he'd be fine being just a pure support and very speedy. We're gonna go to his skill tree runes. These are the ones affecting his stats first, and then we'll talk about the skills. We got a health rune, obscurity rune, and an achievement rune on this first page, and we have a courage rune for talking about speed. In terms of the health, he starts at 5,826 base health, so 20% of that added, you'll get around 7,000, so 6,991 HP. That's very high. That's very high. That's like near Eaton level after his S2 skill enhancement. It's very high to have, and his speed is at a base of 95. He has 0 effectiveness, and he has 12 effect resistance. The effectiveness is added now, I think, to him to make his build somewhat easier. So you get 25% effectiveness right off the bat. That's very good. He can dispel, and he can now defense break in his specialty change form. So getting that 25 effectiveness for free is very, very nice. The achievement rune gives the effect resistance for all allies up to 5%. That's similar to Angelic Montmorency. Not much to talk about there. I mean, 5% is 5%, better than nothing, but you know, it's I feel that they're just kind of like, okay, he might be too OP if we give him something else, so let's just have the effect resistance for him there. And then 6 speed gained from the rune itself. He has a 95 because he's a 3-star, so he has a naturally lower speed than compared to, like, let's say C Armin and F Maya, all Libra Knights. 95, so plus 6, he's looking at a 101. So if you have him on a speed set and a speed boot, he would be at 166 speed. That's just enough to make him decent, but like I said, that's why I was really amazed of seeing that top player I mentioned before having 250 speed before the specialty change. That's just insane. That's mind-blowing. Plus the fact that he has a really good stats, like all the good stats that he needs, like tankiness, like defense and HP. I'm like, how the heck is he managing that? That's just insane. But it's gonna be very interesting when people have these SC Razes built, whether you put it on a counter, whether he's a bruiser, whether he's speedy. It's gonna be very interesting for sure. Purifying Flame, again, the skill 3 has additional effects as well. Has up to a 100% chance to proc a 20% CR boost to the caster when he uses it. So 20% CR boost on the S3, and then we get one later for the S1, which I'll talk about. So having him really speedy will be very beneficial because he will CR push himself. It increases the health recovered by 100%, so basically 1 times. So double the amount that he had before. So very cool. And then S2 command strike. Now this is very, very good. People are already saying that because he's a fire knight and he already had this dual attack thing, he's kind of like a mini Lilius. This was before his specialty change came in. Now of course Lilius brings a totally different dimension. I mean, she has cleanse, CR pushback, and then has way faster speed, of course, and the dual attack, although it is random, you know, and a GBG fight is more controllable, especially if you have Lilius in a defense team and she has 2 DPS, for example. Way more controllable because both DPS could be very, very lethal, like i.e. Lilius RB Charles comp. And she has to provoke with a huge barrier that you have to eat through if you don't, you know, if you keep her alive. So while it's very, very different, his S2 now comes with a huge punch, 100 up to 100% to grant the immunity to the caster, and also the highest attacker for 2 turns. 2-turn immunity buff on your attacker with himself is just like insanely good. Not to mention the fact that his S2 can be soul burned, and when you soul burn it, it doesn't even have a cooldown, so you can actually spam this. So imagine if you have Adventure Raz with like a Spec Tenny, and your Spec Tenny has like I don't know, Toggle's Ancient Book, or if you bring another mage, like a support one or something, I don't know, like maybe a Bazaar or something like that. You could have 4 souls and you can really spam the crap out of this. It has up to a 60% chance to defense break on that turn too. So if he lands the defense break and your highest attacker goes in for the hit, that's gonna do a ton of damage, and it's guaranteed that the highest attack ally is going. So there's a lot of control in his S2, a lot of versatility. I think it makes especially the change Raz very good. Multiple buffs and debuffs now. And CR push for himself, so that's like everyone's dream really. X slash is the S1, 75% chance to dispel a buff. I confirmed this with the guys on stream, much smarter than me of course, that there is no increase in the proc rate, so 75 is all you get, but 75 is huge. Let's not you know, overlook that. 75% chance to dispel 1 buff on the S1 is huge. I think this is why some people are thinking like maybe counter set, but I think really you really want to bank on that speed. If you have him speedy, he's still gonna get some dispel, and you don't need to risk the 20% RNG to potentially get a 75% chance to dispel 1 buff that may or may not be on the right hero, if you know what I mean. So I still leaning on the speed set, but you know, to each their own. I think regardless, however you build him, we're gonna see some big brain stuff coming with him. increases the damage dealt for X slash his S1 by 10%. So again, his S1 didn't start off that high. It's not going to do too much, again, unless he's going to be with high crit damage, crit rate, and he's going to be a bruiser. You're not going to see too much action in terms of that. Of course, I would still suggest you get that, you know, rune maxed, so that at least, you know, if you need to do like some damage, let's say this person has like 20 HP left. We always have those Guild War fights where the hero is left with like 20% HP, or sorry, 20 HP or something, or even RTA. That will maybe enough to take that knight or something down. Order Rune has up to 100% chance to increase the combat readiness of the caster by 10%, and again, therefore, the counter set Adventurer Raz Theorycraft, I think, has definitely legitimacy, especially if your counter set is actually decently fast. But again, the question is, like, it depends on the team that you're bringing him into. Are you going to get cleaved a lot? Is he going to be the highest priority target? Most likely not. Most people don't attack knights right away, unless it's like a provoker that can annoy you, or something like that. But anyways, his S3 animation is also another treat for his specialty change. Looks very cool. I mean, we never had an animation for it, so really good that again they sourced these animations out. I only learned that the other day. Source these animations out to another studio to do it, and they always come back really awesome, very cool. In terms of I think like artifacts, I think we talked about it. I mean, he's a knight, so no brainer. If you have put him on an Elbrus, you get the D-spell, you get the CR push for himself. If you put on Aureus, he becomes a damage mitigation holder, adamant shield if you need it, especially if you comboed with someone else with an Aureus. What else? Justice for All actually was a theory crafted one, especially if he's really fast. People already run like Justice for All Falcon O'Cleary, just because if you get the speed buff, immunity buff, like and the defense buff, of course, you can get it on the turns where he's not buffing himself. Defense buff, attack buff, crit rate buff, all those buffs, I mean, they could come in handy. So definitely interesting knight and a very cool special change hero. Very excited that he's coming. I myself will have to finish the actual chapter 2, which I'm still on sorry, episode 2 rather. I'm still on chapter 7, so I still need to do it before I can even specially change him. But when I do finish the story, and I will try to build them, because I think in terms of a defense buffer right now, I actually sometimes I just go for Alencia. I need a defense buffer, go for Alencia. And I think he's somewhat like a mix. He reminds me of like an Alencia / Lilius mix, just because of the dual attack, defense break, defense buff, and his CR manipulation. But anyways, that's my thoughts for Adventurer Raz. I'm gonna end this for the video recording. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.